I want to tell you about a highly effective 3-minute lucid dreaming breakthrough system that is so simple that children could learn this. So this is based on a strange 5,000-year-old Egyptian lucid dreaming system that can help you lucid dream in about 14 days, even if you've never had one before. Are you familiar with the dopamine cycle? The chances are that no matter what you try, you just can't seem to master lucid dreaming. You can't have regular, reliable and vivid lucid dreams every week, even if you stay up late and do 10,000 reality checks every day. Maybe you've even tried expensive lucid dreaming devices, supplements, or even coaching, and you've just been left with a few sleepless nights and a half-remembered dream. What if I told you that your technique is actually not the problem? It's probably a mixture of mindset, subconscious programming, and daily habits, especially relating to technology and dopamine stimulation. A lot of people are starting to become more aware of a really huge problem. Firstly, modern technology has massively decreased our attention span year on year for the last few decades. This means we get distracted very easily, we find it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep, we very rarely lucid dream even if we try, and we constantly crave a fresh hit of dopamine from things like social media. So right from the start, we're at a huge disadvantage compared to 100 years or so ago. In fact, the ancient Egyptians and Indian cultures found it incredibly easy to lucid dream, and there are many references to lucid dreams throughout historical records. They were so in tune with the lucid dreaming world that they would actually use them regularly for guidance from a higher power, signs, and subconscious dream work. So let's go back to the present day. It actually gets a bit worse. So most lucid dreaming courses or books completely ignore the problem, and they try and teach you induction techniques on top of that broken mindset. So it's no wonder that very few people actually have reliable lucid dreams. It's like trying to build a house on top of quicksand. It took me a very long time and a lot of pain and money to figure this out. But I learned a lot along the way. So I did eventually figure out a very unusual but very powerful system to fix this problem and have regular lucid dreams. But it's not what you're expecting. In fact, it's probably very different to anything else you've heard about lucid dreaming. Have you ever wondered why the ancient Egyptians actually found it so easy to lucid dream? Or why children find it easier than adults to have lucid dreams? Well, you probably haven't heard of this. In fact, unless you were alive about 5,000 years ago in ancient Egypt, the chances are you've not tried what I'm hinting at here. It's very well hidden. In fact, I haven't found any modern lucid dreaming coach teaching this method. I know, you're probably laughing or you're saying, here we go. I would actually be skeptical too, and that's what's going to help you to get this method to work for you. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here. This did not just come from nowhere. Okay, so when I first started teaching lucid dreaming about 10 years ago, I taught what you probably already know, the same basic techniques with a few variations. And that was great, but the problem is that the vast majority of the results people got were from the placebo effect, meaning people were still struggling to have regular lucid dreams. They would have beginner's luck and have a few lucid dreams in the first 2 weeks, but beyond that, they struggled. Literally everyone can have regular lucid dreams again, even in this modern era if you do this correctly. Well, almost everyone. Everyone who's willing to practice a few strange exercises for about 14 to 28 days. You would be surprised at how many people are actually so affected by the dopamine trap that they can't even do that. They can't even practice something for 8 minutes a day for 2 weeks. But if you think you can fight back, and if you think you can stick to this 14 days and spend, well, it's really just about 3 to 8 minutes per day, you will lucid dream. There's one other important thing I should say here. This will only work if you are actually sleeping. If you're affected by some kind of sleep disorder that prevents you from sleeping, this probably won't work for you. But conditions like that are incredibly rare, and it's highly unlikely that you're in that group. I just want to share a very quick testimonial from Coltas. And he says, following the lessons from Stef, I was able to greatly improve my lucid dreaming practices and gain more control over my dream world. And there are dozens of testimonials just like this, but we'll get onto that later. So if you didn't already know, I'm Stef. I'm the guy behind HowToLucid, and lucid dreaming is my passion. So I love learning and teaching this. I've been doing it for over 10 years, and my work has been featured in some pretty big places. My articles on lucid dreaming have reached over 6 million readers. Our YouTube channel now has over 12 million views, and every day we get emails from subscribers, from people just like you who thank us for helping them have their first lucid dream. So I spent 10 years or more learning about, practicing and teaching lucid dreaming. My approach actually combines several of my passions, which include biohacking, habit formation, neuropsychology, neurolinguistic programming and personal growth. So I really like to combine these things together to give my work and methods a very unique spin that, to be honest, just gets results faster. I've always been obsessed with figuring out how things tick, how things work. And when I was a kid, I would actually take toys apart just to learn how to build them again or figure out why they work. This obsession evolved into a passion for personal growth, improving and optimizing my body and mind. Now, as I grew and learned more, I actually developed a more spiritual and philosophical side, which kind of led to questions like why are we here, or what happens after death, but that's a topic for another day. Through lucid dreaming, I think we can access and unlock parts of ourselves that are normally hidden. For example, when I was younger, I actually suffered from incredible overwhelming shyness and anxiety. I felt worthless and I had literally no self-confidence. I felt shy to even start conversations with people and I was very worried about my appearance. But I actually changed all of that. I started learning how to lucid dream, and after my first accidental lucid dream when I was a very young child, I tried to learn as much as I could, but there was a problem. I would learn something, let's say a technique or a method, I would apply it, and I'd practice it and maybe get some results, maybe, 1 or 2 lucid dreams, but then after that, nothing. It's like everything only seemed to work the first few times I tried it, and then it just stopped. And I later on found out that this is because it was a placebo effect and not a reliable framework for learning how to lucid dream. So after 5 years of teaching lucid dreaming, I decided to create the perfect system that would help almost everybody have reliable lucid dreams. So in this search, I came across different methods, teachings, thousands of books, articles, studies, and so on. I researched ancient cultures, civilizations, and I basically eventually stumbled across several very interesting things. The first one is the worrying trend in technology and attention span in the last decade or two. Now, this can actually be reversed and fixed fairly easily, but I'll get onto that later. Okay, the overwhelming records of ancient people who are finding it so easy to lucid dream, and it made me curious. What were they doing differently? Why do people struggle now when they didn't before? So I eventually actually figured it out, but it gave me a pretty big shock. So what did the Egyptians do so differently? Why are we finding it so much harder to lucid dream now? You're probably wondering, okay, so what's the secret? The problem is not your technique. It's another issue that no amount of technique, articles, reality checks, supplements, or even devices is going to fix. It's your inner game, specifically your subconscious motivation, reward circuits, and your dopamine cycle. Just kind of close your eyes for a second and just travel in your mind with me to ancient Egypt. There were no smartphones, no internet connection, no computer animated action movies, and no virtual reality headsets. Your brain back then would have produced a very healthy amount of dopamine as a reward for basic things like eating, working, exploring, exercising, or meditation. However, now, our average attention span is less than 7 seconds. It's probably a lot lower than that, and it's going down every single year with the rise of new addictive stimulating social media platforms. So when was the last time that you meditated for over 90 minutes? Have you ever done that? Now, I'm not saying you have to do that to lucid dream, but this sort of practice was very common 5,000 years ago. In fact, it was weird not to meditate for that long. And this is the main problem. Your brain is fried with an overly stimulated dopamine pathway. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter that stimulates the feeling of wanting to keep doing something. It's very strongly linked to motivation. It's the reason you keep scrolling through Instagram, refreshing your Facebook feed. You want to see if there's anything new. But it's also behind one of the subconscious reasons that you cannot lucid dream easily. In the last decade especially, there have been billions of dollars, literally billions with a B, spent by big tech to basically find new ways to addict you to their platforms. Now, why would they do that? Well, money, of course. They earn more money the more time you spend on their platforms. At a certain point, these big tech companies decided to give that task to an AI, an artificial intelligence, an algorithm. And the AI gets trained and told really just a few basic things. Number 1, get people to spend more time on the platform. And number 2, get them to keep coming back as often as possible. The AI pays basically no attention to what that will do to your mental health, your attention span, your emotions, or really anything else. Even less attention is paid to the effect that it will have on your ability to focus or do things like lucid dreaming. So the dopamine cycle is obviously a big part of the problem, but it's actually pretty easy to fix. There are several small pieces to what I would call the modern brain puzzle. Things that just were not a problem 5,000 years ago. And you can see some of this playing out in children today. On average, children, or really people under the age of 15, find it much easier to lucid dream than adults do. And it's because at that age, their dopamine system hasn't been damaged that much. Now, of course, this is changing now, and more children are having access to smartphones at younger and younger ages, but it's certainly an interesting point to notice. Not only does the dopamine problem affect your ability to lucid dream, it also affects your ability to want to lucid dream, consciously and subconsciously. And here we get into talking about your motivation and your focus, and as you've guessed it, The number one cause of problems when you're trying to meditate, trying to do techniques like the wild, or remember your dreams, is your motivation and focus. It's really like trying to balance a spinning plate on a pencil while also trying to watch 50 TV screens at the same time. Your mindset, at least at certain times, has to be focused, strong, and distraction-free. So how can you effortlessly reverse these problems and actually start having regular, beautiful lucid dreams pretty much whenever you want? How can you reverse the dopamine problem? Well, this is not about destroying your phone and going back to live in a cave. There are actually several powerful methods you can install that will let you keep using your phone, laptop, or TV, whatever, without these harmful effects. So here's the simple solution to having more lucid dreams. It's a 4-step process, really. Number 1 is you need to reverse engineer your life, remove distractions, or at least reduce them, reduce manipulation, reduce the dopamine hijacking and the harmful blue light exposure from your daily routine, along with a few other things. Number 2, you need to get inside your subconscious brain and rewire yourself so that you actually want to practice lucid dreaming, and so that you can effortlessly do reality checks at the right time without even trying. Number 3, you need to learn powerful all-day awareness and lucid living techniques that give your brain superpowers. And then on top of that foundation, you need to learn the most effective techniques and concepts and use our tools to keep you motivated and experience lucid mastery within 14 days. So let's dive a little bit deeper. First, you have to reverse engineer the problem. Now, this can be very complicated if you don't know what you're doing, but we've laid everything out step by step for you. If dopamine addiction is part of your problem, we have to break that addiction first. Then comes your mindset and your motivation pathways. You need to actually feel good when you practice these things. I've seen so many people saying that they're struggling to remember to do reality checks, or they just don't want to wake up at weird times to practice. Now, don't worry about that. You don't have to. It will feel good, and you will enjoy practicing the things that will help you lucid dream. Next is your subconscious mind. It's so important to fix your internal beliefs about lucid dreaming, because the chances are you have internal blocks about becoming lucid that you might not even know about. They're easy to pick up, but they're much harder to unlearn. So our system shows you how to unlearn them, how to install new, powerful, self-affirming beliefs in your mind, and this will give your brain more motivation to keep trying. One of the most common things I hear people say is that they just can't remember to keep doing reality checks. It's kind of linked to the dopamine problem, but it's also connected to a few other psychological principles that we will get onto. We'll give you a new framework to enjoy reality checks, to remember to do them without annoying reminders, and to actually get them to show up in your dreams 9 out of 10 times. Finally, we'll build on top of that foundation the most effective techniques, methods, and concepts. And I'm kind of simplifying this, but that is the outline of the system. As you can see, there are several moving parts here, several things that need fixing before we can even think about practicing a technique or doing a reality check. When I was teaching this first, about 10 years ago, I didn't realize it, but I was teaching techniques that just weren't that effective. Or at least they weren't effective unless you'd fixed these things first and had a strong foundation. Once I became aware of the dopamine problem and kind of some other brain viruses that people had, I searched for a solution, and you know what? I couldn't find anything. Well, I couldn't find anything in the lucid dreaming space, at least. I found a few courses and programs that taught you how to fix the dopamine cycle and optimize your subconscious mind, but the problem is they were about $2,000 or more, and they weren't focused on lucid dreaming at all. Now, at the time, I was living at my parents' house. I had no real kind of urgency to move out. I didn't have a regular job, but I was fascinated by lucid dreaming. I had so much free time and so much desire to learn that I actually set out to create the ultimate lucid dreaming system. Something that would give people so many incredible benefits of lucid dreaming that had already changed my life. I knew I wanted it to be based on fixing their foundation problem, but a few other things came up as well. So I eventually came up with the first version of the breakthrough system. I sent it to a few friends and said, try this out. The results were very good, and many of them had their first lucid dream and went on to have more lucid dreams. But over half of the people I sent it to didn't even use it. They forgot about it, they watched a few videos, or they just went on to do other things. So the problem was I'd created a solution that was very good, but it was very time consuming, and many parts were kind of boring unless you really, really wanted to learn it. So I actually destroyed it. I deleted everything. I went right back to the beginning and created a new system that was not only focused on fixing the underlying problem, but actually focused on making it fun, easy to learn, and above all, fast. I'd also been learning about the Pareto principle, the idea that 80% of your results will usually come from 20% of your actions. So I created the new system with that in mind. I condensed all of the videos down to 5 to 10 minutes each and made done-for-you templates, workbooks, exercise plans, and resources that would help you actually stick with it and enjoy doing it. When I sent that system out to the new group of testers, the vast majority of people actually stuck with it, used it, and went on to have regular lucid dreams. So finally, after so many years, probably thousands of hours of research and thousands of pounds invested in training and studying, it was finally ready. So what will you actually learn in the Lucid Breakthrough course? You'll learn exactly why you've struggled to lucid dream before and what actually causes a technique to work or fail, so you can avoid making those mistakes again. How to unlock lucid dreaming so you can basically decide when you want to experience this. You can decide to experience the impossible and do things that you wouldn't dare to do in waking life. How to stay focused and motivated enough to actually lucid dream and learn the skill for life, even if you're lazy or you don't have much time or effort to put into this. The one thing that's helped more of my students than anything else, and how you can apply this in your life today. What lucid dreaming really is, how it works in the brain, so you can better understand how it works and what you're actually trying to achieve. There's a simple tool I've included that lets you work out how long it will take you to have your first or your next lucid dream. The real way to do reality checks that you're probably not doing yet. How to get inside the reality checks and burn them into your mind so they always show up. The best time to do reality checks, and why most reality checks will not show up in your dreams unless you do this one thing. The difference between short-term and long-term lucid techniques, and how to use both in the right way. A technique that is so effective that it gives you up to 4 lucid dreams in one night, but it does make you tired the next day, so there's a bit of a catch on that one. What your first lucid dream will feel like so you can get inspired and motivated. How to know for sure whether you've had a lucid dream or not. How to have emergency lucid dreams with this kind of guaranteed technique, but the catch is it does make you more tired the next day. How to stack the odds in your favor so that your brain and your environment actually help you lucid dream. And when you do this, it's actually easier to have a lucid dream than to not have a lucid dream. Why you need to keep track of things and how to keep a dream journal the right way that will give you a 50% boost in the number of dreams you can recall. How to fix your broken mindset about lucid dreaming and change the beliefs that you can't see, your subconscious beliefs. A lucid dreaming techniques masterclass with in-depth tutorials on the wake back to bed, the wild, the 90-isled, and many more, each one having a unique twist or an upgrade to make these more effective. A lucid dreaming tracking template to get really nerdy about your lucid dreams and know exactly what is stopping you from having reliable lucid dreams. This template is included, it's free for you to fill in and use. 5 simple techniques to remember more dreams in less than 72 hours. The crippling lucid momentum trap. So every day that goes by, it becomes less likely that you'll lucid dream unless you change this one thing. How to put it all together, what to practice every day, how to tame your sleep paralysis fears. There's all kinds of stuff in here. There's many secret things and surprises that will turbocharge your personal and spiritual growth. Okay, so what do you actually get in the course? I'll keep this very simple. We're almost done. You will get lifetime access to the Lucid Breakthrough program, exactly what to practice, learn the major things stopping you, all of the videos, the lessons, the members area. You will get the PDF summary notes for each module that you can download and read. There is a free bonus, which is power affirmations for lucid dreamers. You will get a lucid optimization journal tracking template. This is another free bonus. You will get an ebook, 100 Things to Do in Lucid Dreams. This gives you over 100 things to try in your lucid dreams. Many of these you've probably never heard of. A lucid supplements blueprint, explaining how to use substances or supplements to go deeper in your lucid dreams. A lucid adventure blueprint, explaining how to make and manipulate your own dream scenes. Another bonus is the Lucid Dreamers morning routine template, a 9-step morning routine for lucid dreamers that will fast track your success. This is based on the one I actually do myself. Meditation for Lucid Dreams PDF, showing you specific techniques for meditation that will help you lucid dream. A lucid graphics pack with phone lock screens, reality check reminders, desktop wallpapers and quotes and things like that. You will also get audio versions of all of the videos in the course. So you can download it all and listen to it while you're working out, while you're walking the dog. So you can get all of that for a one-time investment, which is probably the lowest it's ever been right now. If you scroll down on this page and click the button, you will be able to get access to everything I just mentioned, lifetime access, including a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it, you can just, refund it and you get to keep all of the products. So there's no risk for you. You'll get lifetime updates, upgrades, emails, lessons. Now, this is normally about $2,000, this course. I normally sell it for roughly $2,000, but right now it is a tiny fraction of that price, and you get to keep everything. All of the bonuses, everything mentioned, you will get all of that for one price. You pretty much get instant access to all of this, and there is even a payment plan if you would like to kind of spread the cost over 3 or 4 months. That's also down there. But to be honest, the price is such a tiny fraction of the $2,000 I mentioned that you probably will want to just get on board and grab it straight away before this discount goes away. So of course there are some questions you might have about this. Firstly, what is the Lucid Breakthrough course? Well, it's basically a video course with audio versions included and several bonuses. Specifically, this is for people who have tried to lucid dream before, but it's not worked for you and you can't do it reliably. Can anyone learn to lucid dream? Yes, anyone can learn to lucid dream. This course has helped people all around the world, all sorts of people. The main benefit is that you will probably lucid dream within a few weeks or you get your money back. Do I need to print this out or buy anything else? No, this is a video course. So you get the audio recordings, the PDF ebooks. You can print the notes and affirmations out if you want to, but you don't have to. Does it matter how old I am? No, it does not matter how old you are. As long as you're still sleeping and dreaming, you can lucid dream. Even if you don't think you're dreaming, you probably are. You just might not be remembering those dreams. Either way, this will work for you. What if the course does not work or if I don't lucid dream? I haven't actually had one person tell me it doesn't work yet at the time of recording, but if it doesn't, if you lucid dreams and you follow the steps, then I'll refund your money. There'll be no questions asked. You can get a full refund up to 60 days from now, and you can even keep the course and all the bonuses. So the refund process is actually pretty simple. It's mostly automated, and you can just reach out to support using the link and click I would like a refund, and it gets approved within 24 hours. So yeah, I know how annoying it can be when you buy something and then it turns out that it's not very good or it disappoints you, and it's tricky to get a refund. I've made sure that if you want a refund, it's very easy, very fast. Is this a physical product? No, the Breakthrough course is a video and audio course. Nothing physical will be sent to you, no CDs, but you can download the resources, the PDFs to any device you want. You can put them onto a CD if you want to. You can print them out, whatever you want to do. It's actually better than a physical product because I can update and upgrade the content, and you get instant access to all of that for free. So I can add new videos, I can add new resources. How is this different to my other ebooks or courses? Well, the Breakthrough course is more like me coaching you. So if you've ever watched my videos, you know my style is more kind of informal and personal. So the chances are you just need to approach things in a different way. And this course, I think, is that different approach. I'm very proud of this program. It's been based around the most effective, proven lucid dreaming techniques and research. It really does work, and you can trust that it will help you reliably lucid dream. How do I pay and access the course? So this will kind of vary. There should be a button pretty obviously available to you, like a button that says order now or buy now. Sometimes I move this around, but you should be able to find a button on this page that says buy or place order. When you click that, you'll get directed to the payment page. When you've entered your payment details, you'll get taken to the download page where you can access the course, download the resources, the bonuses. You can pay with any debit or credit card. If you lose the download page, you'll get emailed a link to it, so you can access it at any time. If you have questions when you're going through the course, you can email me at any time, contact@howtolucid.com. I will reply as fast as possible. Just quote your order number or just put AYD in the subject line, meaning are you dreaming? And usually I'll respond within 4 to 6 hours, but it could take up to a day, depends if I'm awake or not, basically. So I would encourage you to scroll down, find the button, place your order, and you'll get instant access. You can start watching the videos now, and you can start unraveling the lucid dreaming problem and actually reliably lucid dream. Now look, the way I see it, you have about 3 options right now. Okay, number 1, you can close this tab, ignore everything you've heard here, and bury your head in the sand. Pretend you don't want to lucid dream. It's not worth your time. You'll probably come back to this moment in a few months though, when you realize that you still want to lucid dream. Option number 2, you can try and figure it all out yourself, and that's fine too. You can piece it together from videos, articles, spend years trying to work out how to do it and keep yourself motivated enough. Or number 3, you can follow my proven system that has already helped thousands of lucid dreamers. Follow the steps and lucid dream within 20 days. Just take advantage of my research, the time and money I've spent to build the knowledge and systems, and start experiencing lucid dreams within 1 month. So here we are, you seem to have 3 choices. I would encourage you to take the step, take the red pill, and start experiencing lucid dreams within this month. If you do have more questions, or if you want to read more testimonials, there's dozens of people's reviews and testimonials on the page. You can just scroll down and read them. And if you have any questions that are not answered here, please either scroll down and read the FAQ section or email me, and I will answer them as soon as I can. Now, remember, there is a 60-day money-back guarantee. There's pretty much no risk for you at all. And if you're still listening at this point, I think it's safe to say you do want to lucid dream. You do want to solve this problem. So take the step today, and I'll see you on the other side.